to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking it.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Madden Ultimate Team, and I'm your host, the coach. This game should not disappoint, so sit back and put that remote down. Between our visitors and our home team. With that, we're off to Arrowhead for the call from Kansas City. We'll hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the number 2 overall pick in 2016 from North Carolina, Mitchell Trubisky.
Set up! 180! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! Go!
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Trubisky. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now it's Trubisky. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the stick.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey.
And he will take it in for the touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 14-yard touchdown. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You have a lot to handle in this one.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Mayfield off the play fake. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. They'll roll him out right. And now he's good. Now Mayfield lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And now look at him go. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
50's the mic. 50's the mic.
And someone a little too eager to block this extra point. Henceforth the flag. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Hey, Echo. Danny. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Too little, Cupcake. Lock in. 49.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. The throw taken in by Sims. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Tight dog.
Throw left side complete. That's Holt. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On the stop is Sharice Wright. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. 11 yards there, first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Give him 30 yards there. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second and goal from the 6 this time. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count?
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown from 6 yards away, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and this is back to a 5-point game. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Gurley again here on first down. A.J. Boye up to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 22, Trubisky. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down. Now Trubisky on first down. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. To try again after the sack, Trubisky forced out to his left. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And that is going to be incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
20. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought